And something I gotta know, how can I get a copy of Family?
Oh, good question. I don't know.
Where can I get that?
Well, I
How
tell you,
can I write you a check or?
I tell you what, Roddy Doyle, manager of company, whatever, is planning to. I heard it from Andrew, the producer, that Roddy Doyle's planning to try and get it out on DVD. So hopefully there'll be a DVD soon.
I don't understand why it hasn't been, because it was so huge in Ireland. You can't get it anywhere.
Yeah, it was weird. Even in England, it was kind of strange. It didn't do it. I think there was an issue that we had like 120 actors in that. It was like a big cast. I think there's some issue that the deal done was like expensive to make a DVD of, because it was like there was a time when there were kind of big residuals. It was only intended for TV before DVDs really sort of got going. Yeah. So I think when they looked at releasing it as DVD, it was like it's going to cost a fortune. I think that was the problem.
How many? Did you ever watch Sopranos?
Yeah, a little bit, not very much though.
Do you know how influenced David Chase was by Family before he started Sopranos?
Not at all.
Do you get that by watching it?
No. I haven't watched it that much though, so it's a while since.
That's your show.
Never thought about it in that way.
It's your show.
Well, I'm very flattered.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, nobody knows about it because I spent a summer in Ireland studying abroad. And so that was a big thing. We watched it, and we were talking about how many people in Ireland watched it.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like, it really reflected
Well, Roddy
the way...
because Roddy Doyle, who wrote it, is like a huge writer.
Yeah,
It was like,
absolutely.
especially at that point in time, it was like big kind of phenomenon. And he was saying that, the actor Sean, who was played Charlo, he said he couldn't go out for a while in Dublin because everyone was like just shouting Charlo at him. And I think it was literally like more than half the people in Ireland were watching when it went out the first time.
How do you get a performance like that out of something?
He was great. There were a lot of great actors in Ireland, and that was one of those things where there's literally, I think, about 120 parts. So when we were casting it, it wasn't a question of are you going to be in it or not. It's just which part you're going to be. We had to let every actor we saw had to be in the film somewhere. But I mean, Roddy's a good writer as well, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, but you have this same thing with this movie when Angelina finally has that moment, her scene in the movie where she learns what happens and she breaks down like that. I got right back to Family again, and there's so many moments like that in there where it's just pure desperation. You realize just the emotion just pours out of these people. What do you do to create? I mean, you have to create some kind of atmosphere on a set where somebody can open up like that and kind of block everything out around them. What do you do?
Well, I think probably we work slightly different now to how we did then. But I mean, certainly in the case of Angelina, the whole film and generally how we work these days is to try and keep the atmosphere on set very relaxed and simple. So it's not a huge deal about this is the shot now. We also kind of have handheld cameras, so it's not like you're sort of saying we're going to do the shot here and this will be a close up and then we'll do a wide shot later or whatever. So in the case of that particular scene when she's told about Daniel being dead, we sort of blocked it out, and then we actually ran the whole thing from her in her bedroom to the cars arriving, the guys coming out of the cars, her going to the door, being told the news, going back into the room, all kind of letting all her grief out, and then sort of back and quizzing them again. So probably the first take was probably like 15 minutes long. So it gives her time to sort of get into the right space. It's not like, okay, you've got to turn it on here, and then this is the big moment. And I think also we shot the whole film in kind of chronological order inside the house. So I think by that stage as well, we'd all been together for about 4 weeks. Everyone knew each other. All the actors sort of had kind of like, the boundary between their character and who they were had kind of become a bit sort of softened. So everyone was like relating to each other in the house in a kind of very natural way. So I think everyone felt, all the people bringing the news felt very tense about it genuinely, and I think we all felt kind of nervous. Everyone knows it's a huge scene and just got to do something kind of very difficult. So in a way that all those kind of things hopefully feed into Angie's performance, but in the end, it's down to the actor, isn't it? That she was great for the first take. She was brilliant.